Now you killing me. Oh, we finna do. Moreno Valley, what's happening? Oh, it's my turn. Yeah, Roses is Black out right now. This that a mobile love story. The first song on the EP, everybody. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We got it.
It's all right.
When bitches know I'm cuffed, I ain't tripping on no groupie hoe. That too. Yeah. Real large. Burgers every color, we be fucking up this comment. I'ma have some fly photos, all your work going on the whole time, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Moreno Valley, stand the fuck up right now, you feel me? That's your boy, Sam Mcduff on the track right there. That's Roses Are Black. That's my new EP that just dropped a couple weeks ago. So if you tapped in, and you know about it. If not, it's available on all streaming platforms, y'all. Go tap in. And, you know, we here back on another episode of the Mcduff Show. And, you know, we're here with my big bro, you know what I'm saying, Ray Ponder, you know what I'm saying, Remember Ray. Officially, you know what you gonna look them up under. But before we get to that, I need everybody watching right now. You know the drill. Click the link in the description. Make sure you guys subscribe to the No Pressure YouTube channel. Stay up to date with everything No Pressure. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and click the link in the bio for all the information you need. We on Facebook. We on Snapchat. We on TikTok. We everywhere at CM Mcduff. Make sure you guys tap in. And what's your at name, right?
Memorayco Films on Instagram. That's MEMORAYCOFILMS. And then my website is raynelponder.com, RAYNALPONDER.com.
Yep, and I'm going to have all that info right there at the bottom. But, yo, what's up, everybody? This is another episode of the Mcduff Show. You know what I'm saying? I'm you know what? I'm starting to practice. I was just talking to Ray out before this, and, you know, this is water. TikTok. It's ice water. We're not drinking at 5 in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm just trying to practice, you know, more some podcast etiquette. Let me not curse as much. Let me not fire up a blunt the first 10 seconds of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? But yo, everybody, this is a special interview just because this is one of my best friends' older brothers, and you know, I've been around him for some years. You know, and you know, this is special because this is one of the few episodes I don't have an actual musician per se. And this one we have an artist, but he's a photographer, and not just and you gonna peep the work behind this. I'm gonna have all the pictures up so you guys can see what kind of, that's not no little bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And you know, how long have you, what got you started into the camera work? Because your work, bro, is something else.
Appreciate it, man. Honestly, what got me started, I can't really say per se like what got me into it. I just know ever since I can remember, I've always had a camera in my hand. Like some people gravitate towards cars, clothes, whatever. I've always had like a camera in my hand. So originally how I got started, I used to do a lot of filming, and what I would do was we used to film crump videos before like YouTube was really cracking, and I was in there on Windows Movie Maker on my little computer, and you know, just making it happen. So that's originally like the first real memories I have of having a camera. I've always had one before that, but like that was the time I was actually using it to try to use it to my best abilities.
And for those who don't know about the crump, that's crazy. You said you started with the crump videos because that's exactly what happened with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's crazy because me and the homies used to watch your crump videos back in the day. You feel me? This J Street, right? J
Yeah.
Street. J Street. If for the crump world, I'm glad to get to finally talk about some dance, some crumping and shit. Like, just real brief. But I used to grow up. I was growing up watching J Street, not knowing it was my boy Ray right here, you know what I'm saying? Because I met him some years down the line, and when I seen him, I'm looking at him like starstruck, like, bro, that's the nigga. He did this kill off with the backpack. It came out it was crazy, but you know, it's just interesting. So you started, that's where you started making all the
Yeah.
front videos and stuff,
Yeah.
filming everybody and
Yep.
stuff, filming all those sessions. Okay,
Yep.
that's dope. And so you're on Windows Movie Maker. So was there just like one thing that really made you click and like I'm gonna go for this, like I'm gonna do it? What was like the
So,
moment for that?
um, like to go into photography or just in general.
Just and you see you do photography. You were doing videos before that. You didn't, you.
So I have a YouTube channel that I used to use, but I don't use it anymore. Um, Me and my boys, so like after before I ended up going to school for it, I went to school for a little bit for filmmaking or whatever.
Where'd you go to school at?
I went to the Los Angeles Film School,
Okay.
graduated from there. I met a lot of dope people up there, but the
Okay.
reason why I went there because I was like, I was working as a truck driver, and I think I was there for what's it called, like 5 days. So I did the whole classes and stuff because I tried it like a couple years before that, and the person that I was with hated me shooting women and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, so we'll figure something else out. So me and my boys, we started to like shoot these little shorts or whatever. Like me, Bobby, and PJ. We would like just shoot these little.
Shout the bros out too for sure.
We would shoot these little action shorts. So
Okay.
I would shoot it, edit it, put it out. We was getting a cool little following, and then just stuff happened, and fell off a little bit. But I ended up going to the film school. I shot a couple of movies there.
Okay.
Some shorts, some that went to a few film festivals. I worked on like a big set. I was actually in extra in a few movies. So
word?
I was just trying to see like what was what, but I did.
That was your way in there to kind of
Yeah.
peep it out. Okay.
I gravitated towards what's it called? Director of photography, right? So director of photography is the DP. He's the one that really controls like all the lights on the set when it comes to filming. So that was really, everybody would constantly like ask me to be their DP. Can you light my set? Can you light my set? Because they liked the way I did it. So as I was doing that, when I graduated, I was really trying to jump into like making a little shorts, really making it big. But the one hard thing was I did not live in LA. And that's really what slowed it down, because most of the people out here, they just working. And they're just trying to get to they don't really see like the vision or the passion until after. So I was really trying to force people to work with me, and it just wasn't happening. So I started to get more frustrated, and then I think my boy Trey asked me to take his pictures for his headshots. And then that was the first time like I was like, I think I like photography. I think I can do it, And so then I shot this one picture. I thought it was really dope, and it's I think his name is John Houston. It's one of my mom's friends from back in the day. He used to do photography. He did a lot of like wedding photography and stuff like that. So I showed him the photo, and he kind of gave me some pointers, and so that kind of like sparked me to keep trying it. And I was doing it for a while. I fell off. Life happens, and then I just decided, I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick it back up, and I'm gonna just go ham. And if I keep failing, I'm gonna keep failing until I get good at it.
But this time around, I'm not stopping.
Yeah, so that was really like the main like catalyst, was just a couple of people that's just like, oh, it looks good, keep going, keep trying it. And so that's really what kept me pushing forward.
Yeah, like you said, he gave you some tips about the picture, and that kind of just like kept you just going, learning. The learning process is dope. And you've been giving me pointers with my camera, and you helped light the setup today, and this is my new example for how I'm gonna do it, so I appreciate that. But I want to touch on what you were saying just about not being in LA, because you know this show is mobile based, you know,
Yeah.
for the IE, and you know the struggles of that. I know something I could definitely relate to, and a lot of artists can relate to. And you know, out here it's a little more slow motion per se, or like not as many people active like there is
Yeah.
in the city. So it's like, yeah, that frustration does like that plays a big part in this. You know what I'm saying? Having to break out of it. It's like this level you're at right now. It's like, how do you get to the next level? You know, you got to make
Yeah.
these changes in your life. But
Yeah.
you know, I see, it's obviously working. You know what I'm saying? So you did, and for everybody watching right now that follows my music and knows and been up to date with all my albums, he did the Everybody Hates Chris album cover with the red balloon, and we did that. That was back in 2019, and then in 2020 you did the Mcduff Show album artwork as well, which are my two. Those are my, you know, people still compliment me on those today, and so like I'm glad you did that. What was like the when you creating? Because I didn't even really ask you to do. I just did the picture. You kind of heard my idea and you did it for me. You feel
Yeah.
me? And did it perfect. Like, what's the creative process like when you start a photo shoot and get to the editing? Like, what's that process like?
Well, photography, you kind of build your eye like off of things that you like. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, my creative process is, I watch a lot of films. I look at a lot of artwork and stuff that I think is dope.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I do is like when I'm going through it, because I don't know how it is as a rapper. It's kind of like basketball for me or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
after you've done it for so long, you can hear something, see something, and then images in my head just start to pop up, flash up, and then it'll either take me to somebody else's, and I can figure out how I can recreate that, or kind of give like the similar message. So more of the times, like my creative process is like, all right, what feeling am I going for when I shoot this image, or like what message am I trying to convey? You know what I mean? So that's why I felt like when we shot the first one, because you had a whole different idea, and then I asked you
Yeah.
what it was about, and then it took like 5 minutes to figure out.
5 minutes, and I was like, "That's the dopest idea." What the fuck?
And
I
so,
can't. And yeah, no.
and so that's why, and so it's just like I said, I've kind of built my eye for like images and stuff that I like to see,
Mm-hmm.
and then what I try to do is I try to tell it through a black eye, because a lot of the stuff is from, me growing up, me seeing things how I see it, me understanding the world how I understand it, and then I
Yeah.
kind of try to just convey it that way. I do the generic photos too, the ones that's for the gram or whatever. But I have I'm doing an art gallery in March,
Whoa.
so that'll be some stuff that I haven't posted yet.
Okay.
Just some of the stuff that I think is hella dope. So I had a bunch of artists come in and help me out. Some of the girls that I've shot previous, they were
Okay.
down to help,
That's
culminate the
fire.
ideas. Yeah.
In
So,
March, so just coming around the corner.
mhm.
Where's it gonna be at?
It's probably gonna be at my spot, or
Mhm.
I'm looking at another location. So
Mhm.
we'll see. But it's gonna be something that's pretty cool. So
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that right there, because you showed me your booklet with all your photos, and like all the photos that you guys see behind us too. This is all Ray right here. You know what I'm saying? This is not no overnight success story. This is trials and tribulations of doing this, just like any other artist. And that's why this show is so important, to just to highlight some of the I want to highlight some of the behind the scenes, because I watch you do your thing. And when I did the photo shoot, you had all these lights and everything set up, and I've been around Levi Holloway, shout out Levi Holloway, and some of the other guys out here doing it. That's so important, because like it could really take your project to the next level. And if it's not lit right or it's not filmed right, you know what I'm saying, it's like it doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
And like you said, like you try to create it in your world through the black eye, you know what I'm saying, and create it how you see it. And I seen this post and they were saying cinematography is creating your world,
Yeah.
videography is the world as it is.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, okay. And they had two different pictures up, and I was like, oh, I understand. Like so it's like, that's dope. And that's something that just comes with time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just come like you said, you just have an eye, you develop the eye for it, you know what I'm saying? So you actively, I see your gram go up, and you actively are searching for models to work with, and
Yeah, so it's a mixture of both. Like when I have an idea, I'll put it like a little story out there, see who's willing to do it, and then I get a lot of people that hit me up. But there's things that I don't do. So since I'm fortunate enough to have another type of business on the side, we've had a company for over 10 plus years now, and that's able to help me do the things that I actually want to do versus jumping into doing stuff that I don't want to do. Like I don't like doing the birthday shoots, you know, with the balloons and all that. I don't really care for maternity. I don't shoot kids.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like it's just a lot of stuff I don't like. And the only reason why I know I don't like it is because I've tried it.
And I've done
And it just doesn't work for me. Doesn't do nothing for me. So like if I don't enjoy looking at the photo, then I'm not gonna edit it the best. I'm gonna take my time to not do it. I'm gonna figure out ways to get around it, you know. So what I like to do is the things that I like to do, like I said. So it really just goes into just liking what you do, really,
Absolutely.
and staying focused on doing the things that you like and not really falling into the trap. Because I mean, I could easily shoot birthday shoots and do that, be that photographer. They do that. I consider them mall photographers. Because when I used to go, you know, back in the day, to go get them little headshots with your friends or whatever, you go straight to the mall, do it up, they print them out, and you pass them out to the homies. Like, that was it. So I'm not trying to be that.
Not trying to just that's just like, you know, you're trying to actually create a world. So when you look at, like you said, you want to be interested in your own photos, because you know what I'm saying, and your photos say a lot, bro. Like that, it's like a whole story. I'm like, I don't know, I can't tell if it's a movie. I can't tell if this is going in the Vogue magazine. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that good. You know what I'm saying? And
Appreciate
like, so what kind of so let's get a little nerdy real quick for the video nerds. What equipment do you work with to get all this done?
So for lights, really, I use Godox lights. They're pretty good for now. I'm probably gonna upgrade later on. But my camera, I have two cameras. I started off, my original camera was the Canon T3i. That's a long time ago. And then now I have the Sony A7R4. But then that's basically my B camera now to my main camera. It's the Hasselblad H6D.
That's the joint right there.
100C. Yeah. If you look how much that shit costs. Yeah.
I'm gonna flex. I'm gonna have it up right here so y'all niggas know this is not no. Don't hit my nigga up like, yo, I got $20. Like I got $50. Hit me up for that.
Yeah,
like,
that camera is serious. I got it for a great deal, but still, like the deal was still pretty expensive. But like I said, most of the stuff that I use, like I can create. And there was a photo shoot one time. I was doing a photo shoot with this model, and she said, "Oh man, I wish my camera shot that dope." And I think at the time I was using a Sony A7R2, and I think that was like 30 megapixels, and hers was like an old Nikon with like 12 megapixels. And she was like, "Yeah, you know, if my camera shot dope," because she wanted to do some behind the scenes with her photos. And I showed her, I said, "It's not really the camera, it's how you use it." And so I took the photo I did with my camera, I showed it to her, and then I told her to get in the same pose, and then I used her camera with my same light setup, everything, and you can't really tell the difference. So medium format to like Super 35 and full frame and all that, you could tell the difference. Like medium format just has a different feel, but most cameras, if you know how to use your lights and you know how to use your tools, then it doesn't really matter what you shoot with. You get what I'm saying? It's just about understanding, you know, the tools that you're using at hand, and that's just kind of what it is.
Go ahead.
Oh no, yeah, nothing out there is just gonna make you tight. Like,
you can't just buy the best thing and expect you to be dope at it.
Because the camera that I got, like my Hasselblad that I use, I could put it in your hand, and you can still make it look like crap. You know what I'm saying? So it really isn't the camera. It's just a tool. It's an extension of what you already know. So if you know how to use it, then you can create great things. But you know what I'm saying? I tell people, you could turn like with certain, like, because some people stop at just the camera. Like you can make dope images straight out the camera, right? And then Photoshop to me is the next extension to take it to the next level. But you can't take I don't want to curse like you said. You can't take a bad photo.
You could cuss. I just try not to do it in the first 5 minutes.
You could take a bad photo and make it okay.
Okay.
But you could take a great photo and make it amazing. You know what I'm saying? So if it's whack, nothing you do in Photoshop is gonna make it better. Because if you take the elements out of that photo, it's no longer that photo. It's just something completely different. You get me? So like if you, let's say for example, you take a picture of a wedding, and you take a bad photo of the wedding. If you take any of those images or you alter it so much till it's not that image, it's no longer their memory of that wedding. You get what I'm saying? If I
Mm.
replace the dress or I replace the background, it's not really that setting anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to have that connection to the photo as if you took a great photo and enhanced it the first time. You know what I'm saying? So you don't
Mm.
want to,
It starts with the great photo.
yeah.
And
It's,
you,
go,
and you know what, I relate to that because we were I was just having this conversation with one of my producer homies, shout out Duce, and we were talking about mics, and he was like, you know, like it's not really about having a two, three, that $4,000 mic.
yeah.
You can do the same song with the $200-300 mic.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's about how you use it. You got it's about getting a good recording. Like
Mm-hmm.
we could take a good recording, long as it's recorded good. It's not loud or super low. We can make a little adjustments, but it starts with the main. It starts with you know how to record and how to
Mm-hmm.
get your inputs right. You know, so that's for artists listening right now. You feel me? It's get master your craft. You feel me? Get used to your camera, learn about it. You know what I'm saying? And that comes with artists in anything in life. You wanna master your craft. You wanna be able to do your thing. So no matter what setting, he could get behind any camera and start doing his thing because it comes natural. Like I could go into any studio and start recording. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you guys, he's dropping some gems right now. So y'all got a peep game. You know what I'm saying? But so for as of right now. What's some of your favorite photos you've done, or a favorite project, or a couple of them? You know what I'm
That
saying?
I've done.
That you've done, that you've worked on.
I got a few. One of my favorites. It happened on accident. I was with this model named Liz.
Okay.
Her name is like Liz X Garcia on Instagram. She's pretty dope. But it was we was doing it, and I was told to try try to use colored gels, right?
Mhm.
And I told my lady, I was like, nah. I was like, I'm not doing it because I tried it one time
Mhm.
and it didn't work.
Mm.
And I was like, I'm not doing that shit again, right?
Fuck it.
Whatever. She's like, no, just do it, just do it. I was like, all right. So Liz comes through and I use these gels. I just was not feeling it. I didn't even care to even try that hard. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be whack because I knew what happened. And that first picture, when I set it up right. I had watched this video of kind of like understanding gels, how to use it. And he made like a good reference. Like when you know how to use white lights, that's easy. You can do gels. And the difference between gels is kind of like the shadows. So you're basically playing in the shadows, right? So I lit it. That first picture I took went crazy, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is hard.
This
You
is
know what I'm
it.
saying? Like I said, so I gotta start incorporating it more. So like, we shot some of my favorite pictures on there, and it was like kind of looked like a fire and ice vibe, and it was easy because she had a really dope look, so it just worked out. And I mean, we killed it that day, so I was like, yeah. And then that right there just told me that I gotta stop using excuses to get out of doing something. Sometimes you just gotta learn it. And I've met a few guys, and I basically explained to them the same thing. Anytime somebody says something, especially when it comes to creative, I don't like this, or I rather not do this because I'm this type of person, or like I would hear people, because I use strobes, but I know how to shoot natural light. You know, when I hear people say, "Oh, I'm a natural light shooter," that just means either you don't know how to use strobe lights or you're scared to try, right? Because there are so many images that you can create where you just add a strobe. Like you can be a dope natural light photographer, but there's just some things you just can't do without strobe lights.
And if you never, you never even tried it, you never gonna know. Like you said, you didn't even want to do it. You and then did it in the first picture. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, it went crazy. So
And so now you can take that with you. Now you just put something else under your belt. You know what I'm saying? That you can.
So when it comes to that, so look at it like this: like when you're a natural light photographer, the light, the sun, the available light controls the photographer.
Yeah.
Me as a strobe user, I control the light, so I make what I want, right? I don't have to worry about how the sun is, how the clouds is, or if the light's coming good through this window, or I gotta move here. Like I said, you can make some dope images, you know, naturally, but you're at the mercy of whatever light is there. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, like depending on what shots you want to get, when they do some like dope architecture or street photography, like you might have to come back 3-4 days because that light isn't right, or you came this day and it was good. Now you got your model there. You come the next day light is not the same because of the
Yeah,
clouds.
because
It's
it's
cloudy. It's
natural
not.
light.
If you wanted that hard look with the sharp shadows,
Yeah.
it's gone because it's a cloudy day now. Now you got to come back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you have
It's
your
just
own
different.
lights, if you have your own lights, you can't be controlled. You can control the lights, and that's the one benefit that I like with strobes. But I know how to do it all, and that just comes from practice.
Exactly, but you know what to, like you said, you like controlling the light. I want to make it daytime in here. I want to make it 4 o'clock. I want to make it
Mm-hmm.
in the afternoon because all those lights are so different. It's like that must be so difficult to get it right. Because even shooting videos outside, like I'm like, okay, I can't shoot this way to you because the sun's blocking this whole video out. So like just little stuff like that. I didn't even know that was an actual shooting technique though. So I just learned that right now. But it really is different shooting outside and then shooting inside or whatever. So you would be able to do that the same thing outside as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I can like even with using a strobe light, I can for example they call it overpowering the sun, but that you can't. All right, the sun is just gonna be the sun. You can just basically you can expose correctly. I don't really call it overpowering. That's just I can control the narrative now. Like if, for example, if it's like super bright backlit and there's just no shadows. I mean, there's just deep shadows on the face. I mean, you can use a bounce board. You can do a few things.
I gotta take it back one time. Sky, produced by Shantiz, featuring Leslie and this is out now on the Mcduff Show, everybody. The cover art done by Ray Ponder right next to me, you feel me? Let's go. I think I'm about to fly. And I'm high up in the sky. Yeah. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the Mother Mcduff Show. I gotta stop cussing because I love saying that intro. But I'm sitting down with my boy Ray Ponder right here, photographer extraordinaire, guru, all that. You feel me? And I hope that to the people who are out here that are coming up and doing photography. I just don't want to have just music artists up here, Like I post on the gram, this show's for everybody who's an artist or a business owner or a brand owner, you feel me? I wanna help everybody out and bring everybody to the light and show so the city can see you guys, you know what I'm saying? There's some gems out here and sometimes we just need to see it. And so this is what the Mcduff Show is here for. And we as now that we get back to it, so you put me on some game. I didn't learn something on the first part, you know what I'm saying? So now, I want to know, like, out of all the shoots you do, you have a lot of shoots, right? I want to know is there some stories you have on set, like things going wrong or things going really good, like people, like, whatever the case may be. I want to hear a couple stories or something.
All right, I got a few stories.
Yeah.
One of the most recent ones, right? So I get hit up all the time, like to work or whatever, right? And like I said, I don't really discriminate on who I work with, but I just feel like respect is met with respect and disrespect is met with disrespect. But I'm very, since I've had a business for a while, we got employees and stuff like that. It's just easy. Like I know how to do it professionally. Like I could talk crap to you to your face in the most professional manner.
Yeah.
And it rubs people the wrong way. But it's like, hey, I didn't say nothing wrong. I did it. What do they say? Politically correct, right? So this last one I had. So I shot with one of the models I know, and she came to me with the idea. It's the one with her in like a Louis Vuitton bag or whatever. So we shoot it, we edit it, it comes out dope. I put it up. I think nothing of it, and then like I'm getting a lot of love or whatever, and then I get a comment, and this girl was like, something like Memory Code Films is a dream crusher. He ain't spick. He'll use you and abuse you or something wild like that. And then she posts a story like it's not. She said something like it's not that I haven't been trying to get into contact with him. He's the type of person who wants to work with you, but then like leaves you hanging and doesn't try to help you. It's already hard enough to be a young black woman out here, and the fact that I'm trying to make it in this world and he not trying to help, F him, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, cool. So I seen that. I laughed.
She didn't tag you?
No, she tagged me.
Oh,
For
she
sure
tagged you
tagged me.
both.
She
Okay.
for sure tagged me.
Okay. Oh,
She made
shit.
sure. It wasn't no sub. You know what I'm saying? That was a direct response. But it's funny because I was like, all right, cool. So what I did is I just reposted it
Mm-hmm.
on my story as is. I didn't alter it. I didn't say nothing. I just let the people decide,
Mhm.
whatever, right? So it's funny because a little backstory is that I did talk to her before,
Mm-hmm.
but she lived like dumb far and she
Mhm.
didn't have a car. So I'm like, I'm not driving out there. And this was like, oh, this is my first shoot. I'm trying to get, my feet wet. I was like, well, can you make it to this city? She was like, yeah. So the days we would set up, she would flake. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So it happened twice. So I was like, I'm over it. I'm not really finna keep playing these games.
You got to make the effort.
So I was like, all right, cool. So I hadn't talked to her for like a month, 2 months. And then finally when she hit me before, like she hit me like maybe 2 weeks before this. And I'm like, yo, I still got, opportunities or whatever, but I need you to make it to me. You know what I'm saying? Or you got to make it to the city I'm going to, but I'm not going way out there or whatever. And that's just kind of like what it is. And she was like, okay. I was like, let me know. She didn't respond. She didn't say nothing back. Like she didn't reach out. She didn't do nothing. So this is her way of reaching out. So I reposted the story and left it just how it was. I get a message. She said, so you see my story. Do you got anything you want to say? I said, no. Like, what do you think I'm going to say? She's like, so you don't think that what you did was wrong? I said, I'm going to tell you straight up. There's other ways to handle situations like this. Like, you're not finna publicly try to
Trying to
disrespect
bash
me
my reputation
and then think like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm just going to jump to the shoot and it's going to be amazing. We're going to act like none of this happened. No. So I was like, all right, cool. So I basically baited her. So I was like, all right, cool. So I got this idea. You trying to be down? Let's do it. She's like, oh yeah, I'm definitely interested. I can't wait. I'm super excited. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I was like, okay, cool. I told her the type of shoot it was. She's like, oh, I'm totally down. No problem. Whenever you need. I was like, can you make it at this time? She's like, yeah. I said, okay, it's going to be on this day at this time, this area. I said, but before I send you the contract details or whatever, I need you to go ahead and make a public apology. Right? I said, I need you to go ahead and make that young story about, I apologize.
I apologize to Ray at Ray Potter.
Yeah,
Remember Ray?
I remember Ray Co-Films. Maybe I was a little out of character or whatever. And then she says, oh, I'm sorry about what it is that I did. I have no problem apologizing, but I'm not going to make a story about it. The most I'm going to do is take it down. I said, so you have no problem disrespecting me in public, but want to apologize to me in private. I said, I tell you what, only way we going to work is if you make a story. I said a public disrespect is met with a public apology, straight up. And she don't respond. Next thing you know, it's another story pops up. F this mother, he think I'm gonna apologize to him.
Yo, you lying, bro.
I swear to God, she was like, you must be on your high horse. Who you think you are? You ain't this, da, 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 da. Then she blocked me. But I made sure I reposted it with her apology in there. Like, you've already apologized. Like, don't front to the people and block it out like you didn't do it.
But this is all for somebody that's trying to help you out.
Yeah, like mind you, she's never shot before. She didn't have a great amount of following. She wasn't trying to pay me. And it was just like, I was looking out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, because I had made a post one time. And like I said, it was probably 6 to 8 months before it got to this point where I was like, hey, yo, I'm looking for people for an idea who's trying to be down. And since she responded, I was just going to honor it just because I was being, cool.
Come through.
Like, I could have said, yeah, you missed the opportunity. It's moved on. This is my rates like I normally do. Like, this is what it is.
But because she still reached out, and
Yeah,
even though she was a little bit later, I got you.
I was like, F it, I got it. So that was one of them. And I just thought that was hilarious.
And you know what, bro? That's crazy. It's just like, you can do, no matter what you do, if people were just gonna be like that, and it's crazy because I was telling you about a situation where I put out a post like, yo, I'm trying to do EPKs for like some of the local artists that don't have the access to do that or don't have the funds to do that. You could come do it for very, very cheap, next to nothing with me because I didn't have it. I'm trying to give back. And so I reach out to people and I'm offering you photo shoots, interview, podcasts. I'm giving you a whole care package worth of stuff, valued really at like $1,000. If someone could really put that together, that's what labels do and shit. Like I'm trying to do that for the people, and I had and the nerve of somebody who hit me up asking for my services. I'm like, absolutely, bro, and it's gonna be X amount. Like this, people got that laying around. You know what I'm saying? Like you or whatever. So it's not that much. And nah, bro, I'm not trying to be on your podcast. I don't think it's right. I'm paying you to be on your platform and woo. I'm like, I never hit you up.
Yeah, I get it.
You hit me up, bro. And yes, I'm not. Don't come into the barbershop with no money in your pocket, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have a barber that's like, you know what, I'm going to line you up, bro. I got you. And then you complain about the lineup. You know what I'm saying? It just don't work like that. So, like, artists coming up, please be very courteous. When you hitting somebody up when you hitting a local artist up for photography, a music video, a rap feature, or you have a business or a plan, you trying to reach out and connect with people, you got to do it. You got to be respectful about it because people have a service, and now you just burnt the bridge that could have came back around. And I promise you, that same person gonna come back around somehow, some way, and with the whoop, and and it's just. You burnt the bridge. Yep. And you feel me? You do not want to do that because years down the line, you might need somebody. You know what I'm saying? And like, and it's like, yo, us as artists, we're here to help other artists. And this doesn't come free. You don't buy a camera like what he has and all that equipment for him to shoot you for free. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went out and got me a camera, not as good as his for sure, for damn sure, but like, you know, he knows what the fuck. He was like, oh, that's a really good camera, bro. Like you got it. And you know, for me to spend thousands of dollars on equipment, you spend let's not even go there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just a little disrespectful when we trying to help, y'all. So just be courteous to your local artists and business owners and whoever's doing something out here. If you need their help, go get their help, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So okay, so I got a couple more questions for you. And so I wanted to get into, you said you went to school, right? And you went to LA Film School. Did that really?
No.
Okay. You know what? And I wanted to ask you that, bro, because I got homies that go to music school, and the homie that went to music school graduated. He's like, I learned to tell him. He's like,
honestly, I feel like in certain avenues, like if you know absolutely nothing, it'll help you. And like I just feel like certain schools, like if you're going to school to be a doctor or something, or you going for like dentistry, you know, law, psychiatry, you need it. It's because they kind of understand. But like if you're going for art is subjective. You know what I'm saying? It's really about what you do. Think about Picasso, right? He's somebody who paints weird, even though he stole a lot of his imagery, you know, from African culture. But we'll just use him for example. He draws funny. It's not about how you draw a cow, like make it look like it. You can make it look realistic. It's about how you see the cow. You know what I'm saying? So me as an artist, I might show you a cow, you know, all discombobulated, but that's how I see it. That's my version of the art. Right. So like I said, it's subjective. So in arts, there's rules. Right. And once you learn those basic fundamental rules, then you can break them. Then you can bend it and mold it to make it yours. You know what I'm saying? So they say good artists borrow, great artists steal. So that is the same. So I can steal your idea, turn it, flip it, make it my own. Now it's mine. Right. And you can't take anything from me. Yeah. Because I took your initial concept, but then I flipped it and I made it my own.
If it's like, so if you were to take a picture of me against the backdrop, and you seen that, you take the picture, it's gonna be a completely different picture, no matter what. You might have took the concept of where that came from, but like flipped it in your own. Yep, in your own way. And so going to school, it didn't really necessarily like, cause you already had your feet wet. You were already in the game doing it already.
And I just finished it to just say that I finished it, cause honestly I wanted to give up halfway in, cause I was like most of the stuff at the school I already knew. And like it was funny cause I was teaching the teachers some stuff sometimes, especially like in Photoshop. I'm like, yo, this is basic. Like, what are y'all talking about? I'm talking about when I was talking about they were showing the basics. I'm like, bro, I spent hours already watching this. They was like, do this. I was like, I already did it. Like, you're trying to explain how to get this done for the class grade, and I'm already done with it within like 20 minutes because I've been doing this. So it's like, if it's from the basics of like, I want to be an artist, I don't know how to it's an amazing thing. School is great, but if you're already an artist and you kind of have the basic concept, at that point it's just practice and it's just fundamentals, just honing in on your talent. It's not to get perfect, it's just to understand it and get better. So
Absolutely.
you can always excel, and I've always believed to be a student of the game. So always keep your mind open to forever learning, because when you feel like you get good and you get those first few people that are like, oh, this is great, you get your few sessions, you realize, oh, I'm good now, and then you kind of like get stuck, and then you don't advance, you don't excel because you think you're already there. I'm always looking back at like images. I'll show you another one.
And I know we were talking about that when you when I filmed the party for your moms, and you showed me like, this is my old stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you were talking to you said you had met a guy that you actually were like, you were already rocking with some of his work before or whatever, and you showed him like some of your older stuff because you didn't have at the time access to your newer photos that you have in your archive, and he was rocking with those and already knew you had it from 2019, 2018, 2017 type shit. And you know what, and I feel like a lot of this correlates to music, because like Stavo True Love is sending me a beat from 2017 and I'm about to release it in 2022. You know what I'm saying? If it's good, it's good, and that comes from like having those basics, like knowing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying, and having that foundation.
So look, so this was
I'm gonna have the picture up for y'all so y'all can see.
This one you might not, I don't know if she'll let me, but look, so this is the original picture. Right?
Okay.
This when I first shot it, I was like, oh, okay.
That's fire. I remember that one.
And then here it is, new, same picture, with my new like growing, learning, understanding.
Let me see it. Let me see the other one again.
So it looks good, like
it looks that's already magazine ready.
Yeah.
But like,
and then when I was like, I came back to it like maybe 6 months to a year later after learning new techniques. Like I said, I'm always trying to learn. I was able to do something different.
Now that looks like an album cover, or like a movie cover. It's something different about. If you had to ask me which picture do I like the most, I'm gonna pick that one.
Yeah.
Just because it seems like
it's just different. Everything like
that picture's. But it's like, I wouldn't even have to compare those pictures because they're both really good. But it's like, you did take it up.
So it's like, it's always good to like go back. Well, for me at least, it's always good for me to go back to some stuff that I've already done and then see if like what I've been doing, if I can make it better.
Yeah.
I feel like if I can't make it better, then I'm not excelling. Like if I edited the same picture, didn't see nothing wrong with it, couldn't figure it out. Cause
a year later.
Yeah. I just was like, let me scratch all what I thought, do my new techniques, do the new things I've been practicing on. And I was able to just have new ideas, like I said, from just practicing different techniques. I was like, oh, I can add it to this, now I can do this like that. And then they came up with that. It's completely different. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you say. That's what happens when you become a student of the game. Because there's no really perfection.
Yeah.
You always can get better. There's no ceiling on it. Well, I mastered it. No. There's another level to your mastery in anything you do. You can always grow. You feel me? Do not put a cap on your talent. You know what I'm saying? And so you being around, I see you on all these crazy sets, bro. You're moving around constantly. Like, and for the artists like you, potentially future models or future people that want to work with you watching right now, what do you have? Do you have some do's and don'ts, or like, you know,
like
things
on set?
like on set? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, my thing is just I hate when people come and they smoke first, because it just always it just sucks, because now your eyes are red. Half the time you're not all the way there. Like, I don't mind people who smoke, but it's like, don't smoke during the session, because a lot of times, like, when your eyes get, you know,
it comes in the picture.
You know, you really kind of lose focus. So if you use that to like get over the nervousness, all I tell people to do is go sit in the mirror for 15 minutes a day and practice your face, your Instagram face. You need 3 faces. That's it. You need 3 faces for every photo shoot you do, you know? And then once you get those 3 faces down to the point where you can do it without looking at, you can rock any set after that because it's your face. Like, you know, they'll come to you for that.
And then you're controlling your face.
Yeah.
You feel me? You have to find.
It's no point to be nervous anymore. You don't have to get over that anxious. You already know your face. Boom. It's just like me. I know my camera, you know. So it's no longer. I know my lights, so I don't get nervous. It's about, all right, cool. Because more of the time now, I get the lights set up pretty quick. It's now me trying to get the emotion out of you the entire time during the shoot. If you have your faces, we can snap them photos and get it done. Boom, 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 boom. But again, like I said, it's just it comes all into practice. Just, you know, taking that to the next level, or bringing people on set that bring the energy to help lift you up. You can't bring them soul suckers to the set. You know, I haven't really had the jealous. Well, I did, yeah, one time. The jealous husband, or like the weird boyfriend that's kind of like giving you the looks to kind of like bring you down. That's not gonna help. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you can't do that, that's another one you don't really want that there. I said, because it'll just mess the whole shoot up. It's like now we're both wasting our time.
Yeah, because now you can't. Because I see you do some like these shirtless photos and provocative, but it's like really artsy and really tasteful. It's not no extra, nothing extra, but it's like, how could you? That must be weird for you.
Honestly,
Like,
it's not, because most of the time what I do to try to make the situation better, especially if they bring their boyfriend, I try to get them involved in the shoot too.
What can you
like, hey, help me out with this, boom, this is what we gonna do. I show him the pictures. I try to get him excited about what I see. Like, yeah, I see your girls like this, but the picture shows this. You know, and he's like, oh, once they get excited, then they usually
what if you put the light over there and now they...
Yeah, so that's usually what I do. I don't try to exile them out, and I feel like that's worked for me. I don't know if it works for everybody, because some people are different creatively. I just don't like too much. Like, when they do get involved, sometimes they get over. Oh, you should try it. All right. Okay.
Let the professional work.
But other than that, yeah. And then I think like and showing up late. That's the worst, man, because it depends on what you do. Like, if you go to LA and you're renting a studio and they say 2 hours,
you have two
have 2 hours
on the dot.
They tell you to make sure that in those 2 hours you allot time to clean up.
Yes.
So if it's 2:01, they're trying to charge you for the next hour.
Oh, for sure. And I didn't know that in that game. He came in right at 7, and we started to pack up. We got charged for another hour. Yeah. For sure.
Nah. If you get charged for another hour, I'm finna kick it. Shoot. So, you know what I'm saying? So that showing up late sucks, because a lot of times, especially, and then like I said, with natural light, like if we're doing a sunset, we got to be there dang near an hour, 2 hours before, just to get set up, get the shot, go over this stuff, kind of how we see, just to get ready, because you only have like maybe an hour to shoot it. And the light is forever changing as the sun goes down. So if you miss it, you miss it. And then you got to come back the next day. I'm not trying to do that. So sometimes just showing up on time, or I always show up before. I'm always here early. I'm always there early just in case, you know, but that's another big one. But other than that, I mean.
And I can agree with the time thing, yo, because, like, don't have me at this table right here sitting like this waiting for you to come in, bro, and then hit me back up. Like the next day, like, oh, bro, you still trying to run it? No, nigga, no. If you stand me up, have the common courtesy to reach out to me ahead of time so I can make.
I did a shoot. We rocked it. It was pretty cool. It ended up working out. Like I said, I can work under pressure. But they always ask me, like, I'm gonna rent this studio. How long do you think I should do it? One girl was like, we could do it in 30 minutes, right? I was like, nah. I said the minimum they're gonna tell you that you got to do 2 hours minimum. So you might as well do the minimum. I said, but if you're going to do the minimum, come up with 1 or 2 looks maybe, because most of the time I'm telling you they come late. But the girl booked it for 4 hours. Okay? No cap. I'm sitting there 3 hours.
No, you lying.
I'm sitting there 3 hours. She had already paid me. So I was just like, I'm going to just sit here and kick it. And so she was like, she pulls up like, oh, I'm so sorry. You know, I was running late. It was traffic. She coming from Rancho. I'm like, bro, I come further than you. How did you get here after me? Like, well, you know, whatever. So she comes, and we had to rush through the shoot because it was only like 45 minutes left. So she ended up paying. She asked me, was it cool if she paid for extra hour? I told her, yeah, it's fine. It's not a big deal. So she does it. We come out with some dope shots, and then it was just what it was. I was just like, bro, you wasted
3 hours. These studios, and they be all in LA, downtown LA.
Like I said, I didn't pay for the studio. I got paid up front.
I'm going to kick it here, too.
Yeah, I was like, cool. I was like, because you paid me up front. So I was like, I'm at least give you that.
Yeah.
I said, but I'm not finna blow your phone up. I'm not finna do nothing. I was just sitting there looking at the room, counting the fabric.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm like, I do the same thing. If you book something with me and we lock it in, I'm not going to hit you up before. That's on you. I'm not your parents. I'm not going to check in on you and let you know you not. Nah, I got too much of that stuff going on. So hit me. Let me know. Yo, Sam, I'm an hour out. I'm going to see you tonight. Hit me up in the afternoon. Something like you told me. Remind me the night before. You know what I'm saying? So put it in the air. And I had my boy Cam, and I've had so many people lagging on me and canceling on me. I don't know if they just don't take this shit serious or something, but I'm trying to give you something. And if you want to go on another podcast, be my guest and go find one. You know what I'm saying? But like I had Cam Gnarly. Shout out Cam Gnarly. I left, went down the street. I'm about to go to the bar. I'm about to go out. And he didn't hit me, but he was here on time. And I'm like, yo, I've had so many people cancel on me that I didn't even think you were going to show up because you didn't hit me. He's like, no, I'm punctual on my shit. And I appreciate that. Like,
we had an instance like that. This has nothing to do with photography or anything. We played this little adult league. We had a group chat. And sent out the group chat, like, who all coming to the game? Yo, let me know, blah, blah, blah. 3 people responded. So I started hitting some of the people that responded, like, bring extra cats. We get to the game, 20 people are there. I'm like, I don't know how y'all gonna play, but yeah. They was like, oh, you got way too many cats. I was like, why didn't y'all respond to the group chat? Like, come on, bro.
You guys looked at it.
If I send a message out and you don't respond, I don't expect you to be there. It's just that thing. So it's like I hope, but if I'm gonna drive to LA, I tell people like, look, I'll confirm with you the day before.
Yeah, like, cause I'm not gonna make that trip from way out this way to just go there for no reason. There's nothing worse than driving out to the city to do a session or something and shit get canceled and like, bro, that's so much, bro. I'm complaining about even like people canceling on me here because I make my whole day based off. I plan my whole day to interview you, and I got another one after this evening. You feel me? So it's like if you canceled on me, I would have been like, damn, I could have moved that one up, and I could have been doing this tonight. But so it's just like artists and business owners, brand owners. And when I say this, when I speak to the people out here, I'm talking to everybody because I realize now everybody is an artist that's watching the show. You might be a brand owner or a business owner. You feel me? Make sure you guys are very punctual with how you move because that is your reputation. You gotta stay on it. You know what I'm saying? Like because you leave us waiting here. You know what I'm saying? I hate to wait. I hate to leave somebody. Hate to book a studio session at 4 and pull up at 6, and he could have made 2 hours worth of money. You know what I'm saying? I just took money out his pocket. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to even see barbers like, yeah, deposit. I'm like, niggas are getting crazy.
Yeah, man. You just sit there and wait because you hold that time open for him and stuff like that.
And then it'll come. And so, okay, so I got a couple more questions. So for the people, because you were speaking to me earlier and you were saying how a client wanted this particular picture from another photographer and it wasn't coming out the way she wanted it, and you know what I'm saying? You're like, well, let me see. And you go to his page, or photographer's page, and like, oh, this is how his work naturally is, you know what I'm saying? So you can't expect to get this kind of work from this kind of artist, you know what I'm saying? What is your, okay, 2 questions. Describe your style, and for people, for models, and someone, and some advice just for people looking to shop for photography. You know what I'm saying? Like to understand that you can't get that work from this kind of photographer. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so my style basically is like clean, bold, and dramatic. Right? Those is kind of like the 3 words I use to kind of now describe my photography work. I like to dramatize things, and I like it to look very clean. I don't really like the grungy look, but it serves its purpose. But mainly, you know, it's very clean, it's dramatic. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of and it's bold. So I kind of like try to incorporate those elements every time I shoot. You know, and I'm getting better over time. But I look at it like this: like, don't go to McDonald's looking for filet mignon. Yeah. Okay. So it's really that you got to pay the cost sometimes. Some people shoot, oh, I'm a photographer. Like, it's like anything else. Everybody's an artist. Everybody's a photographer. You know, I've had people say, even one of our friends, I ain't going to say his name. I hate on him. But he wanted me to do his graduation photos. Okay. And I was like, yeah, I got you. I told him I gave him the homie price too. I'm like, yeah, I got you. He was like, oh, yeah, I was thinking you could just use my camera. I'm like, no.
So it's for free now.
Yeah. I'm like, nah, that's not how it works. He was like, well, why not? I said, because I have my own equipment. This is you're paying for my service. I can't. Right? I said, have you ever had somebody, you know, come clean your house and ask you to use your cleaning supplies, or have you had a gardener come and use your lawnmower? You know, have you had a mechanic come and use your tools? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, hey, I want to do this for you, but I need to. No, it's not how it works. If I'm buying a service, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then that's what it is. Like now, but if that service is, let's say, for example, like a stylist or what is it called, an interior decorator.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need your money to make it
Mhm.
happen, but you're using their vision of how they can create your house.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But outside of that, no, you're not finna ask. You know what I'm saying? Somebody for something else. So when it comes to photography, just do your research on the photographer. Don't hit a photographer up thinking, okay, he's cheap. I can get him to do this idea with this guy. He charged, let's say, $5,000, or he's shot in magazines, and I want to look like how J Lo or Beyonce or Alicia Keys might look in a photo. I need it to look like this. It's a crazy built set. I need it to be like this, but I only got $200. You better.
That's
figure.
when you DMC and Mcduff. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get you. I'll get you right.
So he doesn't know how to shoot us. Da, 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 da. And then I was like, let me see the photo. She shows me the photo, and it didn't look bad. It just had like a more dramatic, dark, moody feel. And I was like, okay. I was like, let me see his page, and then she showed me his page, and that's how he shoots.
That's how all his photos come out.
And so I'm like, well, let me see the photo you wanted. And then she sent me a photo, and it was a completely different style. It's a completely different everything. I was like, you went to him for this man's style of photography. You kind of got to hit that guy up that you like, or you got to find someone who shoots similarly to that. You get what I'm saying? That's like you taking somebody who exclusively does natural light, and then I want to do a dramatic studio style shot. It just doesn't work the same. Like, you're asking for too much of people sometimes just because you're a photographer.
If you're a rapper, you're not gonna go to a country producer, country singer producer studio. You got to go to someone who does rap music.
Yeah, or you want somebody that raps like Kendrick Lamar, and then you go get a Little Yachty or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. I need you to give me these bars like this. Well, then go to him, because that's his style. He created that. You know what I'm saying? So you have a bunch of people that imitate, but you just really want to make sure that you just do your due diligence. It's like anything else. If you want a certain style, sometimes you got to pay for it because that's specific to their style.
And that's simple as that. Nothing. And I have a lot of people that, I'll post like, doing photo shoots today and doing this, let's work. And they'll assume it's like for free sometimes. And it's like, like you not artists watching, you're not going to get anywhere looking for handouts. Don't work like that. You can't. There's no shortcuts in this game. There's no shortcuts. If you want to work with Ray, you can go work with him. Talk to him. He'll gladly send you his rates. And if that's something that's out of your budget, that's okay. Come double back around. He's gonna be here for you. Cause I've been an artist and coming up and like I've asked people for videos and budget prices and shit. I'm like, whoa, not what I'm looking for, but I'm gonna come back to you for sure. It's love. Just don't try to don't try to finesse your way in this game. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is whack. But have respect for other people's arts and everything. So, because we here to work together. Like, he can't take pictures of nothing. Like, he got to take pictures of models and get you right. And so you come get right with him. You guys it's supposed to be a building type of concept. You know what I'm saying? But it starts with your budget first. You can't in this world of art, you have to spend the money. Yeah. If you want to build your platform, you want photos, you want all that, none of this comes. And spending money builds relationships. You feel me? You might come do 5 sessions with Ray, and now he got an idea he want to do. Now he might just ask you to come along. Who knows what might happen? But it takes you to spend money and to just, be professional about every situation. That's what I like to preach about here, professionalism. And that's why I was like asking you about the do's or don'ts, just so people when they come in that they'll know what to do, they have a better idea. And so I got one more question for you, bro. I want to know, you've taken all these photos, you've been around, you've talked to some people, you're on your way to the top. You damn near all the way there. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, for the people watching, can you name drop some artists that you've got inspired from and that you've taken stuff from, taken some advice from, and that helped you to bring you here right now, so the photographers and videographers watching right now could go do the same?
Yeah. Some of my favorite artists, like one is Tyler Mitchell.
Okay.
He's a black photographer.
Okay.
I like Lindsay Adler, Carl Taylor. What is it called? Blair Bunting.
Okay.
Who else? It's a few, man. It's a lot of people. I was actually able to meet one of them. You know, that was actually one of the guys I look up to. I actually got the camera from him.
Okay, from who?
Blair Bunting.
Blair Bunting.
He's a photographer and based out of Arizona. He does a lot of like sports athletes and stuff like that. So he's pretty dope. And
I think you told me he did like Fitzgerald and
Larry Fitzgerald,
yeah,
stuff like that. He shot Steph Curry.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Dwayne Wade did a campaign with Dwayne Wade out in China and stuff like that. So
with the camera you got now,
yeah,
stop playing.
Yeah, so
it's not a game.
It's a lot, but I really like Tyler Mitchell stuff because he kind of like shoots in a way of just basically showing like black skin. In like its natural forms, you know what I'm saying? Not like overly done, because there's like a weird dynamic in photography, and
talk about it.
Like over there in the motherland, a lot of them do edits to where they're like degrading their skin, where they're like either trying to make it too light, or it's like not too dark. Everything is too light, and they're always trying to make their colored eyes. They're trying to basically go for the European look, and I don't really like that. It's because, you know, the way that it's pushed over there, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of more hurtful, but he shows it in a way, and that's more like what I'm going for. I'm trying to, even though some of the stuff I shoot is provocative, but I still try to show the glory. You know, I don't overly edit people's faces or get rid of their texture and stuff like that. So. And
you know what? And I'm gonna have some of the pictures that I need you to send me a bunch of pictures, by the way. So I'm just not getting them off. I don't want them to lose quality from just Instagram. You know what I'm saying? But like some of the pictures of the women you do take, that's one thing I do notice. Like the black women look like amazing. Yeah. And it's always the skin. You make it seem so. You highlight the woman. You bring the beauty out of the woman. You know what I'm saying? You're not changing the woman. You're bringing the, you know what I'm saying? And that definitely shows. Yeah. You know?
So that was my whole thing. As I get into it, is just to more so enhance it. You know, basically show what I like in people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, I just shot one with my homie. I got a couple other shoots with some fellas coming out too. So, you know, it's not just women, but I just want to show like black skin and its black glory. So
yeah, absolutely. And it's not like you only do photos for black women. It's not that. Just that's one of the things. Like you said, you had that black eye. You wanted to, you know, that's what you as a photographer do. You know what I'm saying? Because you've pretty much taken pictures of all kinds of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And every picture is that. It's like, I don't know how to explain it, like the correct terms, but like you said, it's clean. Yeah. It's clean, like it's really like, and I guess you describe it perfect. It's really bold and it's really dramatic. Like, and you did you posted one the other day with the she was in like a blazer. And like with you were somewhere, you on some type of set with all the I can't quite remember. I think she had like a suitcase or something, and she was like doing business. Yeah. And like
all black.
Yeah, that was fire, bro. Like so, that's a joint right there. You know what I'm saying? And so, yo, is there any advice you could give to upcoming videographers and photographers that they can take with them, you know what I'm saying, before we get up out of here?
The simplest thing is the student of the game, one, and learn light, man. That's it. Like really understand light, and don't think you can't grow from it, because I went to this studio and it turned into like a teaching session, because it was like 4 photographers there, and then like the way I lit the set, they was tripping out, and they was like, I never thought to do it like this. And that's it. It's really just like I said, understanding it and understanding what techniques work for certain situations, but just really understanding light is the main thing. Knowing your camera, knowing your gear, understanding that it's an extension of you as a tool. It isn't the end all be all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Y'all hear that first. We got Ray Ponder. Memory, can you say your at name one time so they can?
Memory Co Films.
Memory Co Films. Y'all hear that? You feel me? You got to spell the Memory so they get that right for him.
MEMORAYCOFILMS. Member Rayco Films. And then
Yes,
my
sir.
website is my name, first and last name, Raynell Ponder, RaynalPonder.com. And
It's
you can
gonna
check
be
me
right there. It's gonna be right there, so y'all can see that, and make sure y'all follow up, especially my artists and everybody out here that's looking for photography and looking to take their career up to the next level. This is the real deal right here. This is how we do it on the motherfucking Mcduff show, nigga. You feel me? So you know what? And all these pictures you see right here, you feel me? Is all done by Ray right here, right himself. You feel me? So make sure you guys follow him and tap in with him and get right. And you know, this has been another episode of the Mcduff Show. I'm your host, Cia McDuff. And until next time, y'all y'all already know what I'm finna say. Make sure you click the link and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and so stay up to date with everything. No pressure. I'm your host, Cia McDuff. Until next time, y'all, peace and love. Thank you for coming, bro. You feel me? Yes, sir, Ski. You know me. Yeah, that's it. That's fire, bro. That's one of the, and it's gonna be entertaining.